In this video, let's practice how to find inputs and outputs of the function from the real world situation. So we kind of trying to teach you the idea that if there's a function f of x and it does something like say 2500 plus 90x, and then I will tell you, well, you know what, plug in 1. And what do? Everywhere you see x, you plug in 1. It's just an example. So 2500 plus 90 times 1, see this 1, and you get the answer. So in this case, it's going to be 2591. Make sense? So that's just copy paste. Everywhere you see x, you're going to copy and paste 1. But now we want to understand what those things mean in the real life applications. And then that's where you see all those long written problems. So there was a software salesperson. He has a base salary $2,500. He makes $90 more for every copy of the Math is Fun he sells. His total pay, that's important. Now let's figure out what's important here. So there's a backstory, but I always read what's important. P is his total pay. That's what P on the left. Here it's a function. After he sells C copies. Okay, so P is the output. C is the input. P depends on C. The more copies he sells, the more money he gets. C times 90, because $90 for every copy, plus base salary 25. And that's how those real life problems are created. You know, it actually makes sense. And then first let's go to the B, because B is, to be honest, easier. What is the Shen total, what is this person total's pay if he sells 23 copies? So your job is to remember which one is given here. C, you need to figure out what is given, C or P of C. Again, C, underline here, C copies is how much copies he actually sells. P is money, so P is, say, in dollars. In this case, in dollars. That's how much money he gets total. So they say he sold 23 copies. What is that? That is my C. C is given. C is 23. Makes sense? C is 23, not in dollars. That's how you know in units which one you should plug and where. So we are asked to find P at 23. And that's just like that made up example I just gave you here. F of 1. You just copy and paste 23 everywhere you see. So it's going to be 2500. Everywhere you see your C, now it's going to be 23. Makes sense? Because here's my C. This is the only one C here. So just copy and paste it there. Then I'm grabbing my calculator. I remember the order of operations. 90 times 23 goes first. And only after that, you add 2500. And then the answer is 45 and $70 is a European. I put dollars at the end of the number, not at the beginning. Doesn't really matter. Now, what is happening with A? The question A tells me if Shen's total pay for that month or that whatever he got was 5,560. How many copies did he sell? So now we don't know C. You see this dollar sign that gives you a hint that P is given. P is 5560, right? So for the A question, left-hand side of this equation, which I'm going to put in the box for you, left-hand side is given, and they ask us to solve for the right-hand side, for C, for the unknown. Let's do it. 5560 equals 2500 plus 90C. It's a linear equation. We know how to solve that. I usually teach it this way. You need to isolate the piece or the part with your unknown. This is the part with the unknown, 90C. So I want to isolate that. To isolate, I want to collect 90C on the left-hand side. You can keep it on the right-hand side if you want, but it doesn't matter. And then everything else goes to the right-hand side. So 2500 will go to the right-hand side. It's going to be 5560 minus 2500. Don't forget to change the sign. Basically, I did minus 25 from the left and from the right. Finally, C will be all the right-hand side. 5560 minus 2500 all over 90. What is going on? I'm dividing by 90 because I want to completely isolate C. That means I will divide by whatever is standing in front of C. That's 90. And grab your calculator, and again, don't forget, put parentheses like this before you divide, or else your calculator will not like it. Or you do it step by step. You can first calculate this piece over here, 5560 minus 2500, and then divide by 90. I do recommend you to do it step by step, not to mess up parentheses in your calculator. And the answer is 34 copies. Copies, not dollars anymore. So he sold 34 copies. How do we know that? Because the salary he or she got is $55.60. And that's how you work with A. That was my A. Not too bad. Very quickly, gonna do more 2 examples, and you will see a lot of reading here, but actually it's super simple. You will see why. Because you read the problem really fast for number 25, number 26, and it's exactly the same idea. Some kind of printing service charges a setup fee, $11.75 for each order and 8 cents more for each copy, blah, blah, blah. Your job is to figure out what's important. I mean, it's interesting to know all these real-life applications. For your homework, it's priceless. You finally cannot complain that you will never use this in real life. It's literally here. It's realistic. It's not made up. But for the test, I want students to be fast. So I know that the function C. C is in dollars. And C is a total cost. So that's dollars, right? That's my money. And then C depends on X. What is my X? You need to find it somehow. X is the copies. X is number of copies. So now read carefully the question. What is the total cost? Okay, we're looking for dollars. We don't know how many dollars. If we sold 50 copies, or we got the order for 50 copies. Okay, so they want me to plug 50 into my C. C at 50. Everywhere you see X, you'll write down 50. 0.08 times, I'll put it in blue color, 50 plus 11.75. And that's going to be, take your calculator, again, don't forget product first, then you add 11.75, and it's going to be $15.75. Put it in the box. Second problem, a plant is already 45 centimeters tall and will grow 1 centimeter every month. So that's like 1 over here times m. Your job is to figure out variables. So h is my height of the plant. Okay, that's in centimeters. M is my time, and it's not in day or minutes, it's in months. Okay, then what's the question? Let's see. What is the plant height after 12 months? Oh, easy peasy, you just plug 12. Plug 12 into my age. Age of 12 is 45 plus 12, because my m was over here. So instead of m, I'm writing 12. What is 45? You don't need calculator for that, right? 45 plus 12 is 57. And that actually is a correct answer. 57, that's my height in what? In centimeters. That's all. So basically, on a test, don't freak out and carefully read what is given. 12 months, that's my m, plug it in. You can even write down like this. M is given, that's 12. Or, and in this case, it was x is given, that's 50. So you know you just need to copy and paste your new input everywhere you see x or m or whatever my input name is. Vice versa, like in the previous problem, if you are given the output first, like dollars were given, then you plug it to the left-hand side for the output and solve for the input, and you know how to solve it. So don't panic when you see that. Carefully isolate the part with the unknown, and then use your calculator if needed to find the answer. Good job for watching, and see you next time.